right, and here we are in the car with Eli McCann. We're driving back through majestic southern Utah.
Can you see it? Most beautiful place on earth.
Behold the majesty.
Yeah.
All right, give us a rundown.
Okay, so we left St. George about an hour ago. We stopped by Sound Hollow. We tried to record a video there of us explaining what happened on the bike, but very unfortunately, it was so incredibly windy still today that you can't hear anything on the video. So we're not going to post that one, so we'll have to do a different video about the biking. So yesterday when we finished the Ironman, and during the Ironman, I thought to myself, like, truly, I'm never going to bike or swim ever again as long as I live. This is my last, not just Ironman, but triathlon. I never want to do any of this again. Daniel apparently was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, the exact same thing. The entire time I was thinking, this isn't fun, I'm not enjoying this is torture. And it didn't help that at one of the rest stops, one of the guys...
Picking my nose.
This guy that I was talking to, he had dropped out right then at the rest stop. And he said, you know, it's just not worth the mental pain and the demoralizing nature of this race. I just don't see why anyone's in. But I mean, you're going to do great. But man, I just don't see why anyone would put themselves through it. It's not worth it. So,
yeah,
those things were going through our minds.
And it's really true. I kept dozing off when we got back to the hotel room, and then I kept waking up in a panic because I kept thinking I was back in the water again trying to save myself. So I think I have PTSD, which is wonderful.
But after talking to our friend Mocha, who is this amazing athlete, last night at the midnight finish, I think she reassured both of us, bless you, that this Ironman, anyway, she really did reassure us, though, that this Ironman was the exception, that they're usually not this bad, they're not this painful, and that we should just give it another try and not give up on this.
We were told this morning, and we don't know whether this is true because I was told this via text by a shady person that we met at the race, that this was the most DNFs of any Ironman in history.
The DNF stands for do not finish.
Right. So, anyway.
And at the breakfast this morning, we were sitting next to a guy who finished 8th, and then another guy who does Ironman. He doesn't get great the ranking, but they both said that this was by far the hardest that they've ever participated in, and that the water was just terrifying, and that the biking was just ridiculously challenging. So
in part from hearing about these kinds of things, we started thinking by last night, well, maybe we could do like an Olympic triathlon or a sprint triathlon. Maybe we could get into that and it won't be as bad. And then by late last night, we started thinking, well, you know, maybe one day, again, we should attempt an Ironman.
Because this is just unfinished business. It's such a huge... Everyone knows about it. All of our friends and family. Like, even if it was just Eli and I that knew that we weren't able to do this, it's very hard to...
It's like
to think
so
that,
much build up to end up not getting it.
To think that we're going to go through the rest of our life saying, well, I almost became an Ironman. No, we don't. No one should have that kind of regret.
And watching the midnight finishers last night was really inspirational and really motivated me to want to try it again. So we're thinking like, well, you know, maybe a few years down the road. And then today we got talking, and now we just want to do it as soon as possible.
Well, not too soon, because we need time to build more muscle. Like, I definitely need to work on my muscle
attitude.
No, my muscle definition, my legs, and because swimming's fine, running I assume would be fine because I run a lot, but biking I definitely didn't train hard enough, and I can work on that more.
Right.
And then Eli can work on staying in the course lines and, you know, not going astray.
I need to work on the things that they don't even that you don't even train for. I need to work on
it's more like common sense.
It's kind of like if the Ironman was a test in school, and I failed it, the thing that I need to work on is putting my name at the top of the paper. Those are the kinds of things I need to work on, or like filling in the bubbles all the way. And before I can even think about trying to work on getting the right answers. So,
but to be fair and to be honest, we really should have planned ahead for this, because Eli and I both know, and anyone that knows Eli, they know that he's terrible with directions. So we really should have trained swimming in the water and him having to find his own way.
That's actually really true.
And for those who see him driving right now,
we're actually off-roading right now. I don't even know where the road is.
Where are we?
What? So we have looked up all of the registration possibilities for the rest of 2012. Very unfortunately, the ones that we're most interested in are already sold out. But we have found one potential possibility for August. But I think we're going to think about it for a couple of days and figure out whether it's feasible.
Right.
But we are getting back on this horse, and we are not getting off until we are Ironmen or dead.
Ironman.
Or
right
dead.
there. No, just right there.
Or Iron.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.